Antarctica shock. NASA satellites find that they have an uncharted island that's found near the South Pole. Antarctica scientists spotted an uncharted island this year. NASA satellites, though, have been tracking it since 2014, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. This is what USGS has revealed. Antarctica has felt the effects of climate change as global warming has led to the frozen desert becoming one of the most heavily impacted areas of the world. In February, the crew of the Thwaites Glacier Offshore Research Project, or THOR for short, discovered SIF Island, SIF. SIF Island is in West Antarctica after the Pine Island Glacier melted from around it, but this transformation did not happen overnight. Now, we have to keep in mind that the western part of Antarctica, also has a great number of volcanoes, even a new volcano that's erupting underneath the ice. And we know that Antarctica has over 100 volcanoes. Some say that there's an area of patch there that's as big as Yellowstone, and it could be a supervolcano, but that's all under the glaciers there. Now USGS uncovers images from its Landsat satellite. It's operated by NASA, and this has exposed the gradual formation of the island over a 6-year period. USGS said Antarctica has been the source for a host of fascinating satellite images over the last few months. They said, we've offered scenes from the southern solstice, images from icebergs adrift, the shots of pooling meltwater during some of the warmest days on record. But an international team of scientists on board a U.S. research vessel recently made another discovery related to polar warming trends, and the discovery was, of course, this uncharted island. Landsat, as it turns out, had been watching the island for years, and they said it emerged slowly after a stretch of coast between Thwaites and Pine Island glaciers in western Antarctica. Landsat images show it's fully detached in 2014. At its widest, the granite outpost measures less than 400 kilometers across. In February, the crew of Thwaites Glacier Offshore Research Project, or THOR, became the first humans to see the island for what it was. The crew dubbed it as SIF Island, SIF, after the Norse goddess of earth and wife to Thor. SIF Island is still largely covered by ice, but researchers noted spotting seals that had now made it their home. Now the island has been identified. Scientists will conduct further studies on it to understand more about how the island beneath the ice of Antarctica may respond to climate change. The Thwaites Glacier is located in one of the most remote, hostile areas of western Antarctica, known as the Doomsday Glacier. Huge chunks of this frozen glacier was given its ominous apocalyptic nickname because of the risk that it could break apart and dump so much fresh water into the ocean that sea levels could rise more than 2 feet worldwide. And as it stands, sea levels are rising about 8 millimeter per year because of the ice melt. And while that does not seem like much, the implications for future generations could be huge because of most cities being on the coasts, as we know, and of course they would be flooded. So if that continues at that rate or gets faster, it could mean coastal cities such as New York, New Jersey, London could be submerged by the end of the century. So this is the new island, the SIF Island of Antarctica, and this is on Express UK by Callum Hoare. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.